Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video, both Bitcoin and Ethereum are pumping pretty heavily after yesterday's FOMC rate decision. So let's jump into the price chart very quickly. So this is the 4-hourly chart for Bitcoin, and as you can see, we broke down yesterday, especially if you were watching the live stream yesterday, which was super awesome. I streamed the entire FOMC meeting and the interest rate decision. We broke down from this ascending parallel channel and we hit the first target perfectly, and we came very close to the second target. Now the first and second target were both the half height and the full height of this ascending parallel channel that was forming on the price of Bitcoin for the last couple of weeks. And again, we hit the first target perfectly, so congratulations if you decided to trade it. However, I did mention I do not like to personally trade the day before, the day, and the day after of a news event, because there is just a lot of speculation and a lot of volatility, which I do not personally like. However, what is forming currently on the price of Bitcoin is potentially a cup and handle pattern. So what I can do is I can get rid of these targets now because they're a bit irrelevant, and I can jump into the 1-hourly time frame to see what's happening. So again, as I mentioned, we can potentially be forming a cup and handle pattern, which is good because cup and handle patterns are usually bullish and they tend to break towards the upside. But guys, remember, nothing in this video is financial advice, just my own personal TA and opinion only. So always make sure to do your own research before trading or investing. Now, this is not confirmed yet, of course. We are at a very critical level in terms of support too, because this is the halfway line of this ascending parallel channel, which does give a lot of support or resistance depending on where the price is. And this cup and handle pattern is not confirmed yet. I would wait for a confirmation. So we do want to see a continuation towards the downside and then a break towards the upside for it to be confirmed. However, if we do decide to break towards the upside, then my next target would be the resistance of this ascending parallel channel at 29.2K. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a while, 29.1, 29.2K, these levels may seem familiar with you because on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, this level is pretty important in terms of resistance, because in the previous Bitcoin cycles, the range between actually the price we're at right now, as well the $28,000 to $32,000 range, 31.7K range, is a very critical level for Bitcoin, because previously we've had a lot of back tests to these levels on the price of Bitcoin, all the way there back in, let's see, this was back in the 25th of Jan of 2021, and then we had it again in the previous bear market too, right over there, and we also had it before we had this major dip towards the downside as well. So this range is super critical, and I do believe Bitcoin just made it inside, so we could potentially consolidate for a while, and then we need a very bullish news event, in my opinion, with volume to push us through, which would take us to the next bull market. But guys, the US also just released news today that there is a huge crypto crackdown going in the US currently, so I would recommend being very careful. And personally, I am mostly in Bitcoin because I think Bitcoin is king. Other tokens may be classified as securities as well, so I would be careful on these other tokens. So yeah, just do your own research and try to stay away from them. This is what I'm personally doing, but again, it's up to you. I just do some research on what the token's about and if it could be classified as potentially a security. So that is some research that I would be doing. However, guys, if you've also been watching the videos for a longer time frame, I will be jumping into the Ethereum chart very soon as well. If I jump into over here, I believe this was where I had my Bitcoin chart. So if I jump into and the DXY is also, by the way, falling towards the downside, which is why Bitcoin had a bit of a pump in the last couple of hours. It is looking like we have a descending wedge forming on the DXY. Now, descending wedges usually tend to break towards the upside, which of course wouldn't be good, but I would wait for a confirmation because Bitcoin and the DXY are inversely correlated. But if I jump to the Bitcoin chart over here, this is my macro chart for Bitcoin, most likely. Yes, this is the one. And if I jump to the weekly chart, congrats if you've been watching my videos for a long time, because this is what happened in the last couple of weeks. We had the break from a continuation pattern that we had been forming, a parallel parallel continuation pattern since the 13th of June of last year. We had the break of an inverse head and shoulders pattern and an ascending parallel channel pattern, all at the level of 25K. And I did mention if we break above here with volume, Bitcoin could explode, which is exactly what it did in the last couple of days and in the last week or two. So congratulations on that. And yeah, this was extremely phenomenal. And now we're at a very, very critical level of resistance that we must hold in order to continue towards the upside, or we could see a retracement also because again, we've gone up a bit too fast. So let's see if we're going to have some consolidation or a retracement in the next couple of days and weeks. But I want to quickly jump into the Ethereum chart before I end off, because Ethereum has been pumping as well. However, Ethereum is forming an ascending wedge, which is usually a bearish pattern that usually breaks towards the downside. Now, to measure the target of this, we just measure the height of this wedge and then put it below where we can potentially break towards the downside. Let's say we broke over here. That would give us a target of around $1,570 on the price of Ethereum, which is also a very good level of resistance, of support, because we have multiple tests to this level on the history of Ethereum as well. So that would be a very nice target in my opinion. But we can also break towards the upside as well. And I like to set alerts in order to see which place we're breaking up or down. So I like to put alerts on TradingView to see which way we're breaking, and then I can trade accordingly. So I do recommend doing that. It makes life much more easier. So our bullish target would be at around $2,100, which is nice because if I switch to the weekly chart, we should also face some resistance at this level too on the weekly. In fact, I can potentially move it a little bit higher. Yes, I can move it a little bit more higher because there is a candle, there is a wick retest at this level too. So if I move it just a little bit more lower, so it's more accurate, that would give us a target of $2,160. So that would be my bullish case scenario because there is a lot of resistance at that level. However, there's also resistance at this prior swing high for Ethereum at $2,006, which I would also be watching out for personally. But guys, that is pretty much it for Ethereum. But again, Bitcoin and Ethereum are going crazy right now. Just watch out for those support and resistance levels and we should be all right. But guys, thanks so much for watching and I hope to see you guys in the next video very, very soon. So take care guys and bye-bye.